Let's walk through how to graph the linear inequality 2x minus y is less than 8. Doing this involves determining all of the points xy that make this inequality true. So when graphing a linear inequality, we always start by graphing the boundary line, which in this case is 2x minus y is equal to 8. In the boundary line, we can plot this by finding any 2 points on the line and then drawing a line that passes through those 2 points. So the easiest points are generally the intercepts. So we see that when x is equal to 0, y is equal to negative 8. And therefore, the point 0, negative 8, is on the boundary line. On the other hand, when y is equal to 0, we see that x is equal to 4, and therefore the point 4, 0, is on the boundary line. And therefore, the boundary line is the line that passes through these 2 points. So we see the boundary line 2x minus y is equal to 8 is shown here. Now we should stop and ask ourselves whether we should draw this line solid or dotted. We would draw this line solid if we wanted to include all of the points on this line, which would mean that we would include all points xy that make 2x minus y equal to 8. Now this would work if we were looking at the inequality 2x minus y is less than or equal to 8, but we want to look at just the inequality 2x minus y is strictly less than 8. So we don't want to include the points on the boundary line in our solution set, and therefore we will draw our boundary line dotted. Again, this is because we're looking at the inequality 2x minus y is strictly less than 8, and we don't want to include the points on the boundary line. Now, the reason we call this a boundary line is because it splits the plane into 2 parts. On one side of the line represents all xy points, such that 2x minus y is less than 8, and on the other side are all points that make 2x minus y greater than 8. And we need to decide which side is which. Now we can do this by picking a point, any point that's not on the boundary line, and testing whether or not it makes the inequality true. So let's pick the point 2, 4. So we see that at the point 2, 4, 2x minus y is equal to 2 times 2 minus 4, which is equal to 4 minus 4, which is equal to 0, which is clearly less than 8, which means that at 2, 4, our inequality holds. And this entails that any point on that side of the line will make 2x minus y less than 8. And therefore, all points on the left-hand side of this line are solutions to the inequality 2x minus y is less than 8. Therefore, we will shade this region to indicate all values or all points that make 2x minus y less than 8. On the other side of the line are all points that make 2x minus y greater than 8. Now we can pick a couple points to see if this works. So if we look at the point 4, 6, it's the point 4, 6, we see that that's in the shaded region. And at this point, 2x minus y will be equal to 2 times 4 minus 6, which is equal to 8 minus 6, which is equal to 2, and this is clearly less than 8. Now on the other hand, we can pick the point 10, negative 2, and at 10, negative 2, we see that 2x minus y is equal to 2 times 10 minus a negative 2, which is equal to 20 plus 2, which is equal to 22, which is greater than 8. Which tells us at this point 2x minus y is not less than 8. So, let's review the general process for graphing an inequality. Step 1 will be graphing the boundary line and determining if we should include points on the boundary line in our solution region or not, and use a solid line or dotted line as appropriate. Now, step 2, we pick a test point that's not on the boundary line and we use the test point to determine if points on that side of the boundary line represent the solution region. Step 3, we shade the solution region to include the test point if this test point makes the inequality true, or to avoid the test point if the test point makes the inequality false.